I am Yuvaraj. Today we are going to discuss about HTML programming language. What is web page? What is web application? What is website? What is client? What is server? What is interface? What is protocol? The reason because we are going to create a web page or website or web application. So we need to know what is the role of web. So web is nothing but it executes the program in the support of, or it's execute the content in the support of web browsers. So in that, what we are going to create? We are going to create a page, or we are going to create an application, or we are going to create a site. So we need to know the difference between web page, web application and website. First of all, what is web page? So web page is nothing but it's a document. We can display the content into some browsers, that is Firefox, Google Chrome, Opera or Internet Explorer, Apple Safari or whatever it is. So we can define some other way in a web page. So collection of information stored in the page that the page can be displayed in the web browser. This is also called a web page. A web page contains text, graphic effects, audio or video, hyperlinks or etc. things. So this is called a web page. Next, what is web application? Web application is nothing but it is a client server application program. It is stored in the remote server. We can execute the program in the web browser. So the web based applications are known as web apps. It is executed from one machine to another machine. For example, Gmail, Yahoo, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides and etc. And some other way we can define the web application is a collection of pages is called web application. A page contains information about the particular page. The web application contains collection of pages. So it will perform a different role in the same application. For example, Gmail. Gmail contains a lot of pages: create, inbox, send, draft and etc. So create will support to create a new mail. The same way, inbox supports to see the received content from one person to another person. Like that, the web application will perform the particular task. It will perform different types of roles: a static content, dynamic content, or e-commerce related things, or web portal web apps, or animated things, or content management system. This is what happens web application. We can say one more example. Facebook is a web application. Twitter is a web application. WhatsApp is a web application. The main role of web application is nothing but it's going to perform a specific task. Facebook will perform a social media related work, like we can share the image, we can share the information, we can share the links. Like that, it will perform only the content sharing informations. That is called web application. And what is website? Website is nothing but it is a collection of related web resources. It contains web pages, multimedia content or some other things. It can be published in the web server and it is enabled through internet applications, that is World Wide Web. So website is nothing but we can define in some other way, like a collection of web applications is a website, or collection of web pages is also called as website. Then what is the difference between web page, website and web application? Both web page and web application will work in the remote server, but website will work in the internet server or web server. And one more thing, the web page will work in the local, but website need to be hosted or need to be published. That is the reason it is worked only inside the web server, and it can be related into client server configurations. So what is client? Client is nothing but it is a program to send the request to the server, and client is nothing but is a piece of hardware or software access has been made by the server. And one more way we can say it, client is a requesting program or a user in the client server relationship. And we can define one more thing, who are all sending the request to the server, they are all called client. For example, in the web browser, I am sending a request for the particular page, that the page has been served from the web server all over the web, that is called client. And who is server? Server is nothing but they need to fulfill the request from the client program. It is executed from the same or other different machines. So server is nothing but who are all responding to the client's request, they are all called web servers. It has different types of servers. One is web server, another one is an application server, another one is a proxy, mail server, virtual server, and file server. What is web server? Web server is nothing but it is a computer program that serves the requested HTML page or files. That is nothing but we are regularly using the web server in the web browsers. For example, Google is a web server and Yahoo is a web server because they are all serving some content for the client based request. That is what we call web server. And what is mail server? Mail server is nothing but it is an application that need to receive incoming emails from the local user or remote user. The same way we can send the emails from the local machine or remote machine, that is called mail server. What is file server? File server is nothing but it is a central storage and management of the data files. So it is nothing but we can store the data from one location to share the data from another location, that is called web servers. And interface. What is interface? Interface is nothing but it creates the relationship between client and server program. The purpose of interface is nothing but to read HTML documents and display them into the web browsers. So interface is also called as web browsers. The web browsers are nothing but Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and IE, Opera, like that. We can say a lot of lists for the interface. And next one, what is protocol? Protocol is nothing but it is a set of rules to allow electronic device to communicate with each other. And we can say one more format, set of established rules that dictate how to format the content, how to transmit the content, and how to receive the data. From here we can say two different protocols. One is HTTP and another one is HTTPS. Both are doing the same functionality, how to format the web content and how to transmit the web content and how to receive the data from the web content. Like that, it is performing the task. Both client and server is performing with the rules of protocols. So this is what is doing by protocols. So these are all the formats we are following in the entire web based application or entire the web development. See, if you are interested to learn or interested to join a web developer, you need to know the knowledge of web page, website, and web application. You need to decide what kind of pages you are going to design or what kind of web related content you are going to design. In that, what is the role of client and what is the role of server, and you need to decide what are all the interface you need to execute the same program, and you need to decide some set of rules and regulations to execute your program. In this, we need to know about what is markup language, because the markup language supports to create the web content. So it is a computer language that is contains easily understandable keywords, names or tags that help to format overall view of the web page. And this contains a data that stores like a HTML format, SGML format, XML format, XAML format also. And we can define some other way. Markup language is a language that annotates the text so that the computer can manipulate that text. Annotate means nothing but we can define it as a tag format, that the tags are annotated in the design format, so that we are using this markup languages. And we can define some other way. The markup language is nothing but it's going to highlight the content in the web browser. That is also we can say as markup language. In this, markup languages are human readable because it is easily written in the annotation format. That's why we are using markup language. In this markup language, we have a world level popular programming is called HTML, hypertext markup language. It is a browser integrated language. It is easily readable format for the web content. So what is HTML? HTML stands for hypertext markup language. First of all, what is hypertext markup language? It is used to create a web page or web application or a website. Before that, we need to know what is hypertext. We know markup language and we need to know what is hypertext. Hyper in the sense it is nothing but it's a link within the text, that is called hypertext. Hypertext simply means as text within the text is called hypertext. It is easily linked with one page to another page. We can link a multiple page in the web page or web application or the website. The same way, markup language is nothing but it is a computer language that is used to apply a layout and formatting convention to the text document. And this HTML contains the extension of .htm or .html. The latest browser supports .html and the previous version of the browser supports .htm. So what is the difference between HTML and HTML? Both are doing the same functionality in the web browser, but HTML supports the previous version of the web browsers, but HTML supports the latest version of the web browsers. And the features of HTML. It is easy and simple language. It is nothing but we can easily understand what we are going to display in the web browser. And another one, it is easily make an effective presentation with using the support of formatting tags. And one more, HTML is a markup language, so we can provide a flexible way of web pages or the web page designs. That means we can create our own style web pages or web applications, and we can add links, we can add media, we can add videos, and we can add a lot of text contents. And one more, the HTML is a platform independent language. That is, we can create a program in Windows OS. The same program can be easily executable in Macintosh, in Linux, in Unix, and Solaris also. And it supports graphics, video, and sounds to the web pages, and we can give more interactive and attractive web pages using this HTML. HTML is a case insensitive language, means we can use lowercase or uppercase tags in the web pages or web applications or the websites. And history of the HTML. It was created by Tim Berners-Lee. He is known as the father of HTML. Actually, he was worked as a researcher in CERN University of Canada. He born in London. He was worked as a physiologist and he need to provide his research content as in World Wide Web. That's why he created his first version of HTML in the year of 1989, that is called as documentation of HTML. After that, he launched the first version called HTML. And one more thing, in the documentation of HTML is called SGML. That is nothing but structured, generalized or globalized markup language. It was released in the year of 1989. After that, he formatted as a hypertext markup language. He doesn't need structured format, he need a hypertext format. That means worldwide he need to provide his research content. That's why he changed the format as hypertext markup language. After that, he launched the version 2.0 in the year of 1995. It is a standard language version for the web design. It supports form-based applications and such as text box, options, buttons, file upload, range, like that. After that, HTML3, it was launched in the year of 1997. It is capable to inbuild cascading style sheets too, or we can create tables, we can provide the form elements in the mathematical equations also. After that, HTML 4.01 was released in the year of 1999. It provides the support of CSS and scripting ability. That is nothing but it supports CSS language and JavaScript language also. And HTML5 is the latest version of HTML. It was announced in the year of January 2008, but the HTML5 is still in under development. So this is what the history of HTML. So for creating a HTML program, what are all the editors we need? So we can use the basic editor of Notepad, Notepad++, Sublime Text, Visual Studio Code Editor, Adobe Dreamweaver, Atom, and etc. See, based on the platform, we can use a lot of text editors. In this, we can suggest Sublime Text because it is also giving the suggestion what we need to use next in the particular HTML tag or HTML program. So Sublime Text is an open source application. Wherever which platform you want, you can utilize it. In the same editor, we can save with the extension of .html. So the text editors are nothing but to create the HTML programs with different platforms. And the next one, HTML structure. So the HTML structure has the format of human beings body structure. That means human beings header portion gives the instruction how to react the body portion. The same way header portion of the HTML structure gives the instruction of functionality, gives the instruction of designs. Based on the instruction or the information, body structure will perform their action in the web browser. So body portion contains a lot of tags called media based tags, link based tags, basic tags, or formation of table, formation of list, formation of the blocks. Like that, we can give a lot of structure. All these steps we can discuss in the next video with a practical manner. Thank you.